Okay, so our spreadsheet is clean and the structure is good. What we're going to do now is to start looking at something that is a feature of our spreadsheet which we've never looked at before, and it's called filtering. So let's take a column at random. Let's go for column E. Column E here is the age group from the age 16 to 25 years, and we can see that wherever there's a 1, that means that particular person said they were that particular age, they were in that age group. And we can see down here our formula tells us there's 20 of them. Now that's great, but just say you wanted to know the survey results of only that age group. You weren't interested in anybody who was age 26 to 35 or 36 to 45. You wanted just to see the survey results from the people in the age group age 16 to 25 years. The filter allows us to do that, and the filter can be found by clicking this wee arrow here. Now this is something that appeared automatically in the spreadsheet, the way we set the spreadsheet up. At this level, don't worry too much about how it appeared there, just take it as read that it did, okay? You've been provided with these filters. If I open up this arrow, it gives me a bunch of different things I can do here, a bunch of different filters, okay? And I'm going to play with the filters rather than this thing up here which is called sorting. We're going to look at that next. But for the minute, I'm going to concentrate on filters because this is the one that, for us, is probably most useful. Now at the minute, what the filter has got is a tick in every box. Now these boxes, there are 4 boxes here, they represent all the things that the spreadsheet can see in this column. The cell either contains the number 1, or it contains the expression age 16 to 25, or it contains blanks. Now we can choose which of those cells we want it to show us. So if I say, well, don't show us the blank cells, okay, just show us everything that's got a number 1 in it, and also the age 16 to 25, that's the label at the top. You can see it, well, you'll see it in a second. That's the label at the top of the column. If we just put a tick in both those boxes, so we've not got a tick in the blanks, and we click OK, what happens is it removes all the cells with blanks in them. So we can now see all 20 people where there's a 1 in the box for the age 16 to 25. I hope that makes sense, okay? So we've filtered it, we've taken away everything we don't want, we just wanted to see the people who had put a tick in the box to say they were aged between 16 and 25, and this is them there. So now we're looking purely at their survey results. So we can see what their comments were, we can see what they thought of the friendliness and the helpfulness of staff, we can see how likely they were to recommend the shop to other people. So we can focus just on that particular group if we want to. Okay? Let's try a different one. So let's take that filter away. Let's just say, well, select all. Okay? So we're back to seeing the whole spreadsheet again. And let's filter friendliness. Let's see how many people said that the people were extremely friendly in the shop. So if we click on the select all, we can either select all or deselect all. And I want to just see the people who gave it a 5. That was very friendly. But also I'll tick this thing here because that's just the title in the top of the column. That's all that is, okay? So now what's happened is we've filtered it so that in the friendliness column we've only got 5s, okay? So we can see who all gave a friendliness score of 5, and we can't see any pattern here amongst the age. People from all different ages gave him a score of 5, people of all different genders gave him a score of 5. There's no real pattern we can see there, but by filtering it allows us to start to see things a little bit more easily. Okay, so I'll just set all that back so it's showing us everything, so we've got all the data there again. Let's go for, oh I don't know, let's go for gender. Let's see how many people chose to opt out, chose not to tell us what their gender was. So again, let's get rid of the blank ones. We just want to see the boxes where they ticked that, so we've got where a number 1 appears, we've got a tick in there, and we've got the title, keep that there. And we can see that the opt-outs, there's all the people that opted out. There's 14 of them, it tells us that in this formula here. And we can see them all there. And again, we can see that the people who opted out weren't from a particular age group, they're from all different age groups. So we can see there's a nice spread there. Again, we can see that the people who opted out, there's no reason why there would be a connection here, but they didn't come from a particular group that only spent a certain amount of money. They're spread across all groups. So that's quite good. We can start to see patterns emerging, and this is a very effective way of seeing some simple patterns starting to emerge. So that is filtering. Okay, every column has a filter arrow above it. Where we have applied the filter, it's got this slightly different icon from what it does here. The drop arrow's gone now, and we've got this filter thing here. So let's just switch everything back on, so we're seeing everything that's in that column. So that's us back to seeing the full data set for everything. But every single column has the ability to filter it. Let's see how many people, or let's just see the data for the people who ticked the box for being age 55, and we'll keep the title on again. That's what that is. There you go. There's 9 of them. There's the 9, and oh look, there seems to be a wee correlation here. People who were aged 55 and over tended to spend more when they're in the shop. There's only one of them spent between £1 and £10. Most of them are up here. That's quite an interesting wee correlation we can see there. But yeah, that's what filtering is. Filtering allows you to filter out the stuff that you don't want in a particular column, so that you can see just a certain selection of that data from that particular column, and how that ripples through all of the other rows, so you can see what they responded to in this particular case, what their responses were. Hope that makes sense. What I'd like to do now is to pause the video and go and play with some of those filters and see if you can get it to behave the way mine has done here. And then when you're ready, come back and restart the video.